Dropshipping: How to Start an Online Store Without Inventory. Hello and welcome back to 100 Ways to Make Money Online, the audiobook series where we explore practical, legitimate, and beginner-friendly ways to build income using the internet. In today's episode, we're going to explore a business model that has attracted millions of aspiring online entrepreneurs: dropshipping. Imagine having your own online store. Customers visit your website, browse your products, place orders, and make payments. But here's the interesting part. You don't keep those products in your home. You don't need to rent a warehouse, and you don't have to purchase hundreds of products before you know whether they'll sell. Instead, when a customer places an order, the supplier ships the product directly to the customer. This business model is called dropshipping. So, how does dropshipping actually work? Let's imagine you create an online store selling home and kitchen products. You find a supplier offering a useful kitchen organizer for $10. You list the product in your online store for $20. A customer discovers your store and purchases the organizer for $20. You then place the order with your supplier, and the supplier ships the product directly to your customer. The difference between your selling price and your total costs becomes your gross margin before expenses such as advertising, platform fees, taxes, refunds, and other business costs. That's the basic dropshipping model. Your job is primarily to choose products, create a trustworthy store, attract customers, provide good customer service, and manage the business. The supplier handles inventory and fulfillment. But before you get excited, there's an important truth to understand. Dropshipping is not free money. You still need to invest time in research, marketing, customer service, product selection, and business management. Your success depends on creating a real business, not simply uploading random products to a website. So, what makes a good dropshipping product? Look for products that solve a clear problem, offer useful benefits, and appeal to a specific audience. For example, instead of creating a store that sells everything from toys to electronics to kitchen equipment, consider focusing on a particular category. You might build a store around pet accessories, home organization, fitness accessories, travel products, gardening tools, car accessories, or products designed for a particular hobby. A focused store can make your marketing and branding much easier. The first step is product research. Before choosing a product, investigate whether people actually want it. Look at search trends, study competitors, read customer reviews, and look at product ratings. Try to understand what customers like and dislike about existing products. The goal isn't simply to find a product that looks interesting. The goal is to find a product that solves a genuine customer problem. The second step is finding a reliable supplier. This is extremely important because your reputation depends partly on the quality and reliability of your supplier. Check shipping times, read reviews, understand return policies, and check product quality. Whenever possible, order samples so you can see what the customer will actually receive. Remember, you are responsible for the customer experience, even when another company ships the product. The third step is creating your online store. Platforms such as Shopify and Ecommerce allow entrepreneurs to create e-commerce websites without building everything from scratch. Your store should look professional, load quickly, and make it easy for customers to understand what you're selling. Use clear product descriptions, high-quality images, transparent pricing, simple navigation, and secure payment options. The fourth step is marketing. This is where many beginners struggle. Having a beautiful store doesn't automatically bring customers. You need traffic. One option is paid advertising through platforms such as Meta Ads, Google Ads, or TikTok ads, depending on your market and applicable platform policies. Another approach is organic marketing. You can create YouTube videos, short-form videos, blog posts, Pinterest content, or social media posts that demonstrate your products and explain how they solve problems. Content marketing can take longer, but it can help build trust and an audience over time. The fifth step is customer service. Never underestimate this part of the business. Customers may have questions about shipping. They may want to change an order. They may receive a damaged product. They may request a refund. Respond professionally and as quickly as reasonably possible. A successful store isn't built only on sales. It's built on customer trust. Now let's talk about profit. Suppose you sell a product for $30 and your supplier charges $15. You might think you've made $15, but that's not necessarily your final profit. You may also have payment processing fees, advertising costs, platform fees, taxes, refunds, returns, and other expenses. If you spend $10 to acquire a customer through advertising, your remaining margin could be much smaller. This is why successful dropshippers carefully track their numbers. Revenue is not the same as profit. That's one of the most important lessons for any new entrepreneur. Now let's discuss some common dropshipping mistakes. The first is choosing products without research. The second is relying entirely on paid advertising without understanding the numbers. The third is using misleading product claims. The fourth is ignoring shipping times. The fifth is copying competitors instead of building a unique brand. And perhaps the biggest mistake is giving up too quickly. You may test several products before discovering what customers actually want. That's part of the learning process. But remember, testing doesn't mean wasting money. Set a budget, track your results, learn from your data, and stop campaigns or products that aren't performing. So, how much can you earn with dropshipping? There is no guaranteed income. Some people make small side income. Some build profitable e-commerce companies, and others lose money because they fail to research their market or control their expenses. Your results depend on product selection, marketing, pricing, customer experience, competition, and business execution. If you want to learn more, explore resources from established e-commerce platforms such as Shopify and Ecommerce. You can also research suppliers, study successful online stores, and use tools such as Google Trends to understand consumer interest. But don't rush into launching a store simply because you see someone claiming to make thousands of dollars overnight. Focus on building a sustainable business. Start small, research carefully, test responsibly, measure your results, improve your store, and most importantly, provide genuine value to customers. Let's imagine your journey. Today, you have only an idea. Tomorrow, you research your market. Then you find a product. You contact suppliers. You build your store. You create your first advertisement. And eventually, you receive your first order. That first order may not make you rich, but it proves something important. Someone you've never met was willing to trust your business enough to exchange their money for a product you offered. That's the foundation of every e-commerce business. From there, you learn, you improve, you build your brand, you serve more customers, and you develop a system that can potentially grow over time. So remember, dropshipping isn't about finding a magic product. It's about finding a real customer problem and building a trustworthy business around a useful solution. Thank you for listening to episode 9 of 100 Ways to Make Money Online. In the next episode, we'll explore another online income opportunity and discover how you can turn a simple skill, idea, or resource into a potential digital business. Until then, keep learning, keep testing, and keep building. Because every successful online business begins with an idea and the courage to take the first step.